Now for graphing rational functions. We are given f of x is equal to 2 over x plus 3. So first, we have to get the vertical asymptote. By looking at the denominator, we can see that the vertical asymptote is x equal to negative 3. So we write down the vertical asymptote. And since the degree of the denominator is greater than the degree of the numerator, then we know that the horizontal asymptote lies in the x-axis. So we don't have to write it anymore. Once you've done that, we have to look at the entails, where the graph will flow, by using the table of sines. So we can see that the f of x starts from the negative and then the positive. So it goes from the negative and it goes towards, since there is no intersection, in fact, it follows the path wherein it goes nearer and nearer the vertical asymptote as well as the horizontal asymptote. So it goes that way in the negative area. And for the second part, it's above since it's positive. So it follows from the vertical asymptote, it follows going to the horizontal asymptote. So that's how the graph will look like. For graph number 2, we don't have a horizontal asymptote, but rather we have an oblique asymptote. Just by following what we've done in step number 1, I leave it to you guys to get the vertical asymptote, if there is, to get the zeros, and then discover why the graph will look like this. Here's another problem. Gives us a different scenario. So here's how the graph will look like. So just get make sure to get the domain, to get the vertical asymptote, get the horizontal asymptote, get the zeros of the function, and check if there's an intersection point. And then just follow those into making the graph. Also make tables of sines, always, so that you know where the area of the tails will go. So this is how the graph will look like. Thank you.